Welcome to version 0.118.7. Ponytown now has a new Easter egg update. You can now find Easter eggs across the map and collect them with baskets. This update is also cool because it adds new cosmetics and new items. But first, this GIF here definitely displays exactly how you should be acting during this event. This person finds this egg first, but they offer it to somebody who has no eggs yet. Because as you can see, they have an egg in their basket and this person has none. They're offering it to somebody who hasn't collected them yet. This is definitely the kindness that you should be displaying throughout this event. Plenty of time to collect all of the eggs that you need to unlock the 3 baskets. There's really not even that much special about collecting these besides maybe showing up on the leaderboard. But that little tangent aside, it is now Easter. The egg collection is here. They added placeable flower, daffodil, and tulip wreaths. They added some wreaths to the library and bakery, and they added new cosmetics like this 3 leg accessories plus a variant of those, a top mane plus 1 variant of those, 2 back manes plus 4 variants of those, and a new ponytail variant. These are really nice. They added the ability to carve watermelons using a saw, which is pretty cool. They added more aliases for building searching, so if you're searching, maybe you type in something slightly weird, it might still come up. They also changed the help command to print the commands only in the chat log instead of above your head. I mentioned this before in some niche commands. When I made that video, I talked about how the help command is helpful because it puts it in your chat log, but it's also unhelpful because it puts it above your head and it's impossible to read the message that appears above your head because there's so many commands that it just stretches off screen. I don't know for sure 100% if that is why they decided to do this. I don't know if they saw that video and they decided to change it to where it's only in the change log or something like that. I have no idea, but they did change it and it is much more helpful now. They also improved sprites of some eggs. This is actually crazy. One of the eggs are a completely different color. It's really wacky. I'll show those in a moment as well. But they also fixed a bunch of other stuff like being stuck endlessly in a waiting queue, or action bar actions getting lost after an account merge, or an issue displaying chat bubbles. You know, the weird little dash or where the chat bubble thing was cut off at the end. That is now fixed. They also added some baskets missing colliders. So if you guys may or may not have known, some of the baskets previously just didn't have colliders. Now they do. So keep that in mind because some of your buildings, some of your builds on your island may have slightly altered because of this. Everything else is pretty much just random fixes that you may or may not care about. You can pause to read them if you want to, or just go to Ponytown and check it out for yourself. But let's hop into Ponytown and check out all these new items and stuff like that, because we have our daffodil wreath here, our tulip wreath here, and our regular flower wreath here. It's actually kind of disappointing that we can't paint the flower wreath, but we can paint the other ones. And even more disappointing that the daffodil one only has 2 paintable options. Meanwhile, the tulip has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more paintable options, plus its default, so I guess 6 technically. That is crazy. These look really nice, and they are capable of being placed on walls instead of being placed on the floor. If you want a floor option, I guess just yell it in the comments or something. But they also changed it to where you can now get a saw and then go up to any watermelon and get a watermelon slice. I can go to the test server real quick to show you that. I'm here in the marketplace with a saw. If I click on this, it now slices that in half and gives me a watermelon slice. This previously was impossible, but now is possible. Additionally, here are the new egg sprites. There is a ton of them. They are all slightly altered completely. I can show those on screen now, right here. Here is all the old ones. I really hope I'm allowed to show this screenshot. And here's all the new ones down here at the bottom. This is kind of interesting because the green one with the red spots is a completely different color. It is now pink with slightly pinkish, like less pink. I guess it's more of a red with like pink spots on it instead. It's really weird, but they just 100% changed the color. It's not even slightly the same color. It's literally like a complete opposite color. It's crazy. I don't know why they did that or what's up with that, but they did for some reason. Now everything else is slightly altered. For example, you can see this top red one with the green stripes. It's now red with yellow stripes, which is another major alter. It's crazy that the colors are just completely different here. I don't know what's up with that, but the red is also slightly different because it's like it just genuinely looks better. I think the hardest ones to tell the difference between are the white, green, and red or pinkish, just default colors. You can see a slight difference in them, but there is a difference in every single one of these eggs. Some of the other ones can be hard to tell as well. I think one of the biggest improvements is actually the green one with the little swirl because the outline is really weird. But the absolute best one is the yellow with the blue spots because as you can see, the outline here is just terrible. I don't even know what they were trying to do with the outline previously, but it looks a million times better now. And these are just all big differences in all the eggs. So again, if you had eggs placed on your island somewhere, your builds are now slightly altered because of this as well. But other than that, there's not really anything else to share in this update. Obviously, there was a bunch of bug fixes and stuff like that, and we can go to like the library or the bakery or something like that and see differences. We can also just collect eggs. There's just like random eggs everywhere like that. But other than that, there's not much else to share in this update. Obviously, some of the bunnies are walking around with eggs too. It's a really fun time. Just don't take it too seriously because the eggs will be here for at least a week. Usually, the events usually last like a week to 2 weeks. I'm willing to bet more 2 weeks than a week. So don't take it too seriously. There's plenty of time to collect everything, and remember to be kind to everyone. Look at it over here, guys. It's crazy. They put a wreath here. Wowee! It's gonna be interesting to see how they use these wreaths in the future. I'm interested to see what you guys do with wreaths. If you guys build anything with wreaths, let me know in the comments below, or share it on my Discord or some server or something like that. That'd be really nice. But for that, that's all I got for you. Please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.